Okay, here's a quick market update for September and what I'm kind of looking at here. So I think we're all watching, or anyone who's active in watching real estate, you can see that the sales are down. They've been down all year, from our historic norms by at least 30–40% each month. This September is really kind of indicative usually of what where the market's at. It's usually hotter than the summer, and it was hard to tell over the summer what was going to happen. But coming into September, sales remained at all-time lows. We're talking about going back 20 years and comparable number of sales, down even month over month. So even though August is supposed to be the slower time of year, last kind of month of vacation, September had lower number of sales than even August. Year to date, we're still sitting well below historic norms at even 35% down. Average price, however, went up this month, and it's typical going from August to September. But I don't know how long that'll last with the fact that inventory is on the rise. We're now seeing inventory levels hit 4% months of inventory. This just means how many sales it would take over how many months for the inventory to clear, and we're now sitting at about 4 months of inventory. Now that's not kind of evenly dispersed across all inventory in all neighborhoods. Really, we're seeing the bulk of that in the condo sector in Toronto, which has hit over 5 months of inventory. Whereas, Toronto, whether semi-detached and detached houses, maybe still sitting closer to three months inventory. Really it's the new listings that spiked up 32% from last month, huge jump, leading to inventory reaching 22% over what it was last month, and even year over year 40% higher. So I think we have kind of equivalent number of sales as we did last September when the market we had a dead fall going into the winter, or before the winter, before the end of the year last year. And even so sales are comparable to last year. And so even though we're at that comparable time last year, the biggest difference I'm seeing is the amount of inventory, because inventory was also at 20-year lows heading into the last year's fall market. So this year we're actually seeing, inventory actively rise, and it's we'll see where basically how much that'll weigh on price. When you increase supply, either sellers will have to choose to take their house off the market, terminate listings, which we did see a lot of last year, or sell at a low reduced price. And kind of as I was talking to other agents in my office, we're saying that the listings that have the wow factor, that just hit all the check boxes for buyers, they're still selling. They're selling maybe in multiple offers. There was a house I saw the other day that had 7 offers on it and sold for a decent price. But if you don't have that wow factor, your price has to be the wow factor, and that's kind of what'll get it moved right now. But other than that, just buyers are slow to move. I mean, with the last 2 interest rate hikes that we had in the summer, I think the momentum really swung as buyers got nervous. Said, "Is this really it? Could we see more?" And we've seen that number up and down. Whether there's a chance for another interest rate hike this year, it's down to 25% chance by some surveys. But the Bank of Canada is main focus is battling inflation, and we're likely going to have 4 to 5% inflation for the rest of the year. So I'll keep you guys updated on a weekly basis here on what's happening in the Toronto real estate market and the other economics that I'm seeing.